Sometimes the best alignment produces something that you might consider a challenge because it is so fun to rise to it. So we don't want you to misunderstand. We don't want you to think that perfect alignment means that you never have to think again, or that you never have to direct your thought again, or that you never have to be agile again, or you never have to be fast thinking again. Don't you want to be tuned in, tapped in, turned on, and on your game? So we know what you're talking about, that feeling of flow when everyone around you just felt like a cooperative component. And it is wonderful to know that you are the orchestra leader of all of that, that it's been set into motion and you get to play it out like that. But we never want you to feel uncomfortable about some hiccup along the way or something that requires your attention to it, because the sooner that you acknowledge that you are molding it into place, and you accept not the responsibility but the honor of getting to mold your life into place, so that you don't freak out if something goes wrong. Sometimes you do that. Something goes not quite right and you go, oh, I must not be living right. I must need to meditate longer. And we say, let life come to you as it comes, and let the contrast serve you all of the time. It's the reason that, speaking of starting at the beginning, we've been talking about the creative process is first step, life causes you to ask all day, every day. Never a day that life doesn't cause you to ask for something more. All day, every day. Step 2 is source answers it as soon as you formulate it into a thought that is request-like in nature. In the moment that you're asking or preferring or desiring, source answers. That's step 2. It gets queued up in the vortex. Law of attraction begins operating on this vibrational level with everything that you've asked for, melding it all together, creating a perfect unfolding. Step 3 is you got to get in the receptive mode so that you can receive the impulse, so that you can be in the right place at the right time. That's what that clarity is about. That's why it's so delicious. And that's what you're talking about, just getting really good at it. Mastering step 3. Caring about how I feel enough that my mood matters, and not be willing to get off on the rumble strip, wanting to stay in my lane, caring about the way I feel, guiding my thoughts because I care about the emotion that follow the thoughts that I've guided. Getting so good at it that I'm just usually all the time there, but not so much there that I am precluding my own expansion. Not such a master of step 4 that I don't allow any more growth in my experience. Not such a master of step 4 that I'm stagnant where I am. No, flexible in step 4, moving into step 5, which is not mad at myself when I'm back in step 1. That's what step 5 is. Step 5 is appreciating the contrast and knowing that there's always value in it. In other words, see, step 5 is where you really want to live. You want to master this. You want to understand your emotion, and you want to embrace it, and you want to like it whether it feels good or not. Every vibration is still possible for you to tap back into. There are rivers and currents and streams of energy that when you focus, when you tune your receptive mode very finely, you can tune back into it, and then through your attention to it, amplify it again. So the key, you're wise, you already know, is to give your attention to those things that you wish to amplify and gain momentum, and withdraw your attention from those things that you do not. Take it further. You're onto something important. If there's something that you have lived in the past that you no longer want to carry into the future, can your ability to hear it cease by turning your attention to something else? You know this. Don't parents with children in restaurants teach you that? They can't hear their own children at all. They've completely tuned them out. And so this is really what we are wanting for you, to tune out those things that you're no longer wanting to carry forward into your experience, and to tune into those things that you would like to see more of. It really is about focus, isn't it?